it's Disney Girl, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of the Finding Nemo limited time event leaks. So a special thank you to all of you guys that did pass along that information to me. There were a couple of different versions of it, so I am going to be sharing the one version that I feel is the most straightforward and gives us the most information. But in between, I am also going to be talking about some of the other information that was provided to me. So if you guys want all the details, make sure you guys listen all the way through till the end so you get all of the information for the leaks and what you guys will need to do. Alright, so just a quick recap though with the event before we sort of dive into it. The first thing that we had to do at the start of the event was decide whether we were going to invest in Bruce or not. So Bruce is a premium character. He is worth 200 gems if you want to buy him. You could also purchase him in a bundle, and if you did purchase him in the bundle, you could level him up to a level 2 straight away, so that was pretty helpful. Now, his bundle, the price will vary depending on what country you are in. I did find the bundle, though, that the price was actually quite reasonable, so I was really happy to purchase it with real money myself. Now, Bruce, you didn't have to purchase, obviously, but he does help you sort of through the event. He helps particularly with the character tokens for Crush, Nemo, and Hank. Now, Hank we haven't got just yet, so we will be talking about him throughout the video. But so far, he's been extremely helpful for Nemo and Crush. I've tested him out, and he is a very good investment. I would definitely say if you want a nice strong start to the event and some extra currency, he is definitely going to be a great character to purchase. So after Bruce, we all needed to welcome Nemo. So I was very happy to see Nemo was the first character in the event that we could all welcome. So here you can see the requirements for Nemo on the screen as well as his currency price. The time to bring him in was nice and short, so it did allow us to get him into the kingdom quite quickly and start collecting the currency. Now, the thing is with Nemo is you will need to level him up quite a few times because, well, he needs to be at least a level 6 by the end of the event. So you guys do have some work ahead of you for sure, so do not hold off on leveling him up. As soon as he's ready, basically just send him out, because at this point in the event he does need to, at least be at this point like a 3 or a 4. If you guys aren't quite there yet, then in the next day or so try and get him there. Now he is going to be more useful to you as well in terms of quests and stuff that he can do for currency the higher level he is. Then after Nemo, we have been working on Crush. So I have welcomed Crush into the kingdom. His requirements were a little bit more difficult, especially compared to Nemo's. Nemo's character tokens were common to drop and Crush's were uncommon. So we can expect the next character, which is Squirt. He's probably going to be uncommon and maybe even rare, but we will talk about that a little bit more when we get to him in just a couple of minutes. So yeah, Crush, his dialogue so far has been absolutely awesome. So hopefully you guys do manage to get him into your kingdom. He shouldn't be that hard to sort of bring in, regardless of when you start or how small your kingdom is. You should at least be able to welcome Crush into your kingdom. Now, after we welcomed Crush, we did have to build our first attraction, which was the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Now, that also helps collect for Crush to level him up. So he does need to be about a level 6 as well by the end of the event. So again, he's going to need to be leveled up quite a few times. So make sure you guys try and get him into your kingdom as early as possible, and kind of just at this point we've got a couple of days before Squirt is released to us, so make sure you continuously level up Nemo and Crush. Those are kind of your two really big characters that you will need quite high, so don't slow down on them. Now, the Seas with Nemo and Friends was 3,000 event currency, so that is always a little bit difficult, especially when you are trying to level up your characters and stuff like that. You kind of have to sort of balance it. So again, just sort of be smart about what you're doing. And if you have any questions, feel free to either ask me during the live streams that I do or in the comment section below. If I don't get to it, usually the community, a lot of you guys are very good at helping me out, sort of respond, quite quickly to people's comments and stuff. So I love that we are all kind of working together on this. Now, after the Seas with Nemo and Friends, we have 2 more attractions. Usually we do have a third one that is a premium one, but it doesn't appear that that's going to actually happen in this event. So really we have Crush's Coaster and Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. So we're looking at quite a few days for those before they come out. So we are okay in terms of currency for now. Those are going to get a little bit more expensive in terms of currency, but we will talk about that a little bit later. Now, the construction time was 8 hours for the Seas with Nemo and Friends, so a good time to build that was like right before you guys go to bed, or if you guys are at work or at school. It's always a really good time to sort of, time that quest up, again, with when you're actually not going to be checking your game for a little while, because the last thing you want is to, be building it when you're trying to check your kingdom a lot. It's like, oh, okay, well, I can't really progress with the storyline, especially if you're trying to bring in all the characters by the end of the event. So, all right, that takes us to Squirt. So here we go. To welcome Squirt, here are the requirements. And again, not everything is going to be included on the screen, so I will be talking about a couple of additional things here. So again, make sure you guys listen all the way through. So Squirt, to welcome him, requires 30 coral reefs. Now, how do we get those coral reefs? Those are the seagulls that we have to tap around the kingdom every 2 hours, so you can collect up to 5, and then again there's that respawn time of 2 hours before you can collect the next 5. So make sure you guys are trying to save up some of those. But even if you're at 0 by the time Squirt is released to us, you will still have time to collect 30 of them for sure before you actually welcome him in. So don't panic if you're at 0 when he's officially released to us. You guys will be okay. Just make sure maybe not to be leveling up your characters or anything like that. 2, because there are going to be some character token conflicts, which I will talk about in a minute. But yeah, so we've got Squirt's shell token, which is specific to him. We need 35 of those to welcome him. 35, that is a lot. Now, I'm assuming the rarity for this is going to be most likely uncommon, just because if they make it rare, it'll take us way too long to collect his character token. So that's sort of what I'm predicting, is that they are going to be an uncommon rarity, but that is not confirmed on any of the sources that I did get. So here are the character quests here. This you might want to screenshot because obviously you guys might want this on hand for when it comes time. So the night before Squirt is officially released to us, I would say you guys should probably send the following characters out on the quest. That way you guys can get the first character token drop officially at 11 a.m. when he is released to us on the day. Now, what is not shown here on the screen, I did want to say that he is 9,000 event currency. 9,000, which is actually nuts. Like I can't believe he is that expensive, especially because we don't have any concession stands yet that can actually help us out with the currency and stuff. So it will be interesting. So make sure you guys are sending out your characters, like Prince Charming, for example. He's very useful for collecting just the extra currency. So again, like there are other characters like, Mike Wazowski and stuff. So any of those sort of characters that do have those quests to collect currency, make sure that they are actually out and doing them, because you guys will need the currency for this event. Now, one thing too I did want to point out here is, if you guys notice, there are some characters here on the screen that you guys will not have yet. So the only thing is if that's the case, don't panic, don't worry, they're just actually not even released. So like Hank and Dory, they'll be useful more after the event, or again, once they are welcomed, that is when they are going to become useful. So the main characters are going to be, at least for welcoming him, are going to be Cinderella, so galloping around for 4 hours, Crush, chilling in the reef for 4 hours. Now, Crush does need to be a level 4, and you do have to have built the seas. So like that's the first attraction, the seas, just so you guys know, the seas with Nemo and Friends. So again, like, you will need to have that in your kingdom. You guys should have that in your kingdom anyways. You know, you shouldn't be taking it out and putting it in storage or anything like that, but all of you guys will have to build it before you can actually collect for Squirt anyways. Now, the next character is Nemo, so he's going to explore the reef for 4 hours. Now, he needs to be apparently a level 3, and obviously he has to go to the seas as well. Woody, take a break for 6 hours. Nemo apparently also has a quest that is a little bit longer, but you do not need the seas in your kingdom, so you can have it in storage and he can still collect. And it's swimming tricks, so basically he'll just swim around your kingdom and stuff like that. And so if you guys, again, put it away for some weird reason during the event, he can still actually go out and collect. Now, the characters here, there are 2 of them, Hank and Dory. They aren't going to be available just yet, so they will be helpful a little bit later. So Hank, staying hidden for 6 hours. He can be a level 1. Now, he is a premium character, which we will be talking about a little bit later on in the video in terms of price and probably what his bundle is going to be. Now, Dory, staying relaxed, she has an 8-hour quest, and apparently she needs to be a level 8 for this, so this is not going to be useful. You guys can basically just scratch that out, because you guys, like, I'd say 90% of you, if not more, will not have Dory by the end of the event at a level 8. She is just too late in the event coming out to get her to an 8 anyways. So again, this is more just something you guys might kind of be looking forward to once the event's over. In about a month or so's time, you will be able to use Dory for that. Now, the seas with Nemo and Friends, the problem with this is it needs to be enchanted to level 1. Now, only problem with that is that you will need common blueprints and relics. Now, there are no relics currently available as of Monday, August 12th. That's a little bit of a problem. It's supposed to be, all of them are supposed to be in the magical chest for sure. There is actually an image that does show that, but unfortunately, they're not showing up in there right now. So I would say don't purchase any of those magical chests until we find out where those relics are. Now, the next character token for Squirt is his ears hats. Now, we only need 12 of those to welcome him, so they're most likely going to be rare in terms of drops. Now, that will be kind of tough. The best thing that you guys can do, obviously, is to send as many characters out as you can for this. But also to make sure your kingdom's happiness is as high as you can get it. If you guys can get it in ecstatic, then keep it there, because that will definitely help with your drop rates. So the first character that can go out to collect is Crush. So he has his quest of chilling in the reef for 4 hours. So he needs to be a level 4, and the seas with Finding Nemo needs to be built. Now, the thing is you guys probably may notice that is literally the exact same quest for Squirt's shell tokens. So you're going to have a little bit of a conflict there in terms of drops, which will be interesting. Now, the same thing is going to go for Nemo, who explores the reef. Again, 4 hours, he needs to be a level 3, and the attraction needs to be out. So again, both of those characters, it's going to be a bit of a battle for those tokens. Next will be Sarge. So visit Jesse's snack roundup for 6 hours. Bruce, if you have him, recruit new members, 6 hours. He needs to be a level 3, and he needs to go to the seas as well. Then you're going to have a quest with Crush and Nemo, and this is called Enjoying the Currents. This is 8 hours. Now, they both need to be a level 3, and you need to have the seas attraction built as well, or placed in your kingdom. Obviously it is built because you guys will need to have it obviously before Squirt is unlocked. Now, Bruce also has another quest here, but this will be a little bit later, okay? So this isn't for right now, but Bruce will have another quest later that will be meet with Anchor and Chum for 12 hours. He needs to be a level 4, but you need to have Crush's coaster for this. Now, the only thing with that is that isn't going to be available until you welcome Squirt and get him leveled up a couple of times. So again, you're going to have to wait on that quest, so that's just something for later. Then there is the Finding Nemo parade float for this one, which is great. So it goes out for 2 hours and then has a 6-hour cooldown time. Now, the parade float is 50 gems, or you could purchase it in a bundle. And that is something we did on the first day as well. If you guys don't have it, it's actually a super, super cute parade float. I would totally get it. It's definitely my absolute favorite one now. I mean, I guess I have to say right behind it probably has to be the Sleeping Beauty parade float, just because it's a dragon. But I absolutely love this one. It's totally my favorite limited time event one at the very least. Now, Mickey's Fun Wheel apparently does as well, but we don't know on any of the leaks what the enchantment level has to be for that. So I don't know 150% whether this is actually true or not, but if you guys are looking for something maybe to enchant, then maybe Mickey's Fun Wheel might be the way to go. I have heard, just like we were chatting about it with some of you guys, and some of you guys have said that you're sure it's going to be the 4th enchantment level, but again, we don't have any like proof of that or anything, but just based off of what you guys have read and obviously kind of predict and stuff. So just a fair warning, it might be quite a high enchantment level. Then Crush's coaster, apparently it doesn't need to be enchanted at all. You just need to have it built. So this will be great for leveling Squirt up, but not for welcoming him. So you can kind of split all of this in half and kind of go, okay, there's not that many characters that are going to be able to go out right away to obviously collect Squirt's Ears Hat token. So then, just so you guys know, here on the screen, it does say characters whose drops interfere with Squirt's tokens are, and in other words, don't level these characters up. All of the Finding Nemo characters: Prince Charming, Fairy Godmother, Elizabeth Swan, Celia May, so Monsters Inc., Elastigirl, Frozone, Syndrome, Belle, Jasmine, the Caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, Bashful, Eeyore, Jumba, and Prince Naveen. That is a lot. Honestly, that is a lot of characters that interfere. Now, for me, I can just read off to you guys. My Prince Charming maxed out, my Fairy Godmother maxed out, Elizabeth Swan maxed out, Celia maxed out, Elastigirl is not, but I've kind of capped her out at a 9. I'm just waiting for her costume, which I don't have yet. Her special costume and from The Incredibles 2. I still don't have that yet, so I've been waiting for the welcome screen, obviously, but I need the costume first. Frozone I have maxed out. Syndrome I don't have. Belle I have maxed out. Jasmine I think I do now. Caterpillar, no, but I know he's, a level 8, and he's totally collected for. Bashful, I think he's a 9. So again, it wouldn't matter because I've got all the character tokens. Eeyore, I have maxed out. Jumba maxed out. And Prince Naveen, I don't, but I don't think I do anyways. He's either a level 9 or he might even be a level 10 now. I think I have him pretty high. But yeah, so I don't really have to worry about anything. I think the biggest thing is, in other words to me, don't level up Caterpillar. I think that's really the big one. Don't level up Caterpillar. And if Incredibles randomly came out in a chest, don't try and get Syndrome. But yeah, I think I'm in a pretty good position there for sure. Now, in terms of Hank, who is going to be available, we will need 300 gems or the bundle. I'm assuming the bundle is going to be very similar to what we saw with Bruce, probably again being the 549 in my country, probably the tokens to get him to a level 2, but the big difference will be obviously the 300 gems. I'm wondering if the bundle might be a little bit more, but again, just not sure yet. So all we know though about Hank is that he has a coffee pot token, but again, it won't be to welcome him, and then obviously he'll have an ears hat. Again, I don't know who collects for him just yet, but hopefully we'll find that out a little bit later. And it doesn't really matter for Hank, to be honest. Hank, again, being premium, just purchasing with the gems, or you'll be more focused on, again, Squirt or Dory, depending on whenever you actually bring him into the kingdom. You'll be probably more focused on those other characters anyways. So the next character we're going to be bringing in after Squirt is Dory. So to welcome Dory, the requirements are going to be 40 coral reefs and a welcome time of 4 hours. So as you guys can tell, like, it's really changed. We've had 6 minutes for Nemo, we've had 60 minutes for Crush, 2 hours for Squirt, and now we're at 4 hours for Dory. So you guys can see that everything is kind of going up in time, and yeah, things are getting a little bit harder at this point. So the 40 coral reefs, again, that's where you get those from the seagulls. Then the first token for her is going to be the shell path token. So you're going to need 13 of those to welcome her, and apparently those are going to be rare to drop. So the first character who is going to be the premium character is going to be Hank, and his quest is going to be avoiding trouble. Now, he needs to be a level 2, and that quest is 4 hours. The only thing is you are going to need Crush's coaster for this. So this is going to be something that you're going to have to make sure that you get that into your kingdom and built sooner rather than later, because you will need to level up Dory a couple of times, and Hank will be very, very useful for that. Then we've got Nemo and Crush. Now, they have a quest called Show Off Moves for 6 hours, and they both need to be at least a level 2, and you have to have the seas with Nemo and friends built in your kingdom. Then Hank is going to be able to go out on his own, but the thing is, on his own and without the attraction, he's going to have a quest for 6 hours, so it's 2 hours longer. It is called Staying Hidden. So pretty much, I'm assuming that's just going to be him either swimming around the water. I'm hoping he goes on land, but no guarantees on that. I'm assuming we'll see some color changes from him, but I am looking forward to the animations on that quest, even though it is going to be 2 hours longer. Then we've got Woody. Now, Woody he needs to be a level 4 at least, and you have to have Astro Orbiters built, okay? So, and put into your kingdom. So Astro Orbiters doesn't cost that much. You do get it pretty early on in the game. You can use your magic for it. So I know even the baby kingdom has it now. I just built it actually just recently, so that is definitely a big bonus. I'm trying to remember how much that was. I believe it was now 5,250 magic for that one. So again, it's relatively inexpensive, so little kingdoms will be able to have it, but again, you do need to have that built in your kingdom. And that quest is orbiting some space for 6 hours. The next one we're going to need is Bo Peep, and she is going to visit Space Sheep for 8 hours. Now, I don't know if she needs to be out of her Toy Story 4 costume or not, but that'll be something that we'll kind of just have to check out. She does need to be at least a level 4. Now, that quest is pretty long, so again, make sure you send her out for that one at like probably the night before. Then we've got Cinderella. Finally, she's going to be useful again. Explore the fairgrounds. So that is 8 hours, and she needs to be at least a level 2, and you need to have Fantasy Fair in your kingdom. So again, make sure you have that built because I know it is, again, one of those attractions fairly early on that you do need to have in your kingdom. Now, that one is a little bit more magic than Astro Orbiters, for example. Fantasy Fair was 13,500 magic to build. So if you guys have a smaller kingdom, save up that magic now to get that in there, along with, obviously, Astro Orbiters. So, you are looking at, again, 5,250 for Astro Orbiters, and then, as I said, the 13,500 for Fantasy Fair. So, yeah, make sure you guys find a nice spot for those in your kingdom. Even if you have them already, maybe you put them in storage, make sure they are out now. Now, after that, we're looking at Nemo. So Nemo is going to go on a quest for 8 hours, discovering new places. Then Bruce meet with Anchor and Chum for 12 hours. Now, that quest, not totally certain on, because he's not supposed to help with Dory, but it's possible he will. I'm not sure, like 150% I would say on that quest, especially too because it does have a question mark beside it. It's like I don't feel very confident on that one, but I still would send Bruce out for sure. We just don't know what level he's got to be at or anything like that. If I do figure it out though, then I'll share it with you guys during a stream or a video for sure. Now, Crush's coaster, it apparently can collect as well, but it needs to be enchanted to a level 1. So yeah, not great. More blueprints, more relics. Now the next character token for Dory is her ears hats. We will need 13 to welcome her, and they are going to apparently be rare to drop as well. Now the first character here is Marlin, but we won't have Marlin right away. This is going to be something that'll be useful towards the end of the event or even after. So swimming around for 2 hours, Marlin needs to be a level 2, and you need to have the submarine voyage in your kingdom. Squirt, talking to a friend for 4 hours. He needs to be a level 3. Ouch. And you need to have Crush's coaster. So once we get Squirt, we know that we're going to need to get him like right away to a level 3 in order to help collect for Dory. Hank, level 2, avoiding trouble for 4 hours, but you do need Crush's coaster for that. Then Mickey, visit the fun wheel for 6 hours, and he needs to be at least a level 4. So we'll need to make sure that Mickey is a level 4 for the baby kingdom. Hank, substituting as teacher for 6 hours. He needs to be a level 2. And so I'm assuming, again, that'll be basically right away with his bundle. And you will need to send him to the seas with Nemo and friends. So you'll need to have that placed in your kingdom for sure. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be Hank's like big purpose, is that 6-hour quest. So it is pretty long. Now, Crush can go out on an 8-hour quest surfing the EAC. He needs to be a level 4, and you need to have Crush's coaster. Now, Crush and Nemo apparently can go out together for 8 hours enjoying the currents, but they both need to be a level 3, and you will need the Seas with Nemo and Friends built. So if you don't have Crush quite at a level 4, then this is most likely the quest that you are going to send Crush on with Nemo. So at least he's able to collect. Then the last two things are the Finding Nemo Parade Float, which we'll be able to collect. Just remember, again, that goes out for 2 hours, and then it has a 6-hour cooldown time. So you will need, after that, the Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage, but that does need to be enchanted to a level 1. So I highly doubt these attractions are going to be helpful, to be honest, just because unless you got a whole bunch of blueprints and relics saved up, it's going to be way too difficult in the event. Then after that, we have just got Marlin to talk about. So Marlin, to welcome him, guys, he's going to be tough. 50 coral reefs, and it is going to take 8 hours to bring him in. So, it's going to be tough in and of itself. Now, the first character token for him is going to be the P. Sherman mask. That's going to be awesome. I was expecting that to be somebody's token. We will need 50 to welcome him, and it's going to be rare. I honestly can't even believe that. That's crazy. I just wish that there wasn't the time restriction on it. Like, I wish we could just keep sort of progressing with our story and stuff like that with the event and not have to wait until they release it to us. Even if we've unlocked it, we have to wait those couple of days. I wish we just didn't have to, so that we could, kind of get to the point where we could unlock him a little bit sooner if we wanted to, But, yeah. I know they try and keep us all together through the event, but I just don't think they should have restrictions on it like that. That's just... especially by the time we unlock or they release, I guess, Squirt to us after he's sort of unlocked and everything. I would say that Marlin just should be available whenever you're ready to start collecting for him. Anyways, so the P. Sherman mask, 50. So the first character that's going to go out is Hank, so staying clear of humans for 2 hours. He needs to be a level 2, and you need to have the submarine voyage in your kingdom. Dory, looking for shells for 4 hours. Oh, that's going to be a cute quest. Hopefully. Oh, no, we probably won't be able to see that because it's at the submarine. Aw, that's too bad. So Dory, looking for shells, 4 hours. She needs to be a level 3, and you need to send her to the submarine voyage. Bruce, recruit new members. So 6 hours. He needs to be a level 3, and he goes to the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Crush, surfing the EAC for 8 hours. He needs to be a level 4, and you need to have Crush's coaster. Nemo, escaping traps, 8 hours. He needs to be a level 6. So there you go, guys. There's a proof you need Nemo to a level 6. And you need to have the submarine voyage built so you can send him off on that. Then we've got Dory again, making friends for 8 hours. She needs to be a level 4. And you can send her to the Seas with Nemo and Friends. So I'm a little confused why she would need to be a level 4 for that one. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. Like looking for shells, I would have thought it would have been level 4 since it's a lesser amount of time. But nope. Okay, but that's fine. No complaints there. So yeah, she has 2 possible quests that you can do. And then if you have the Seas with Nemo and Friends enchanted to a level 1, that will also help you out with Marlin's first character token. His second one is going to be his Earzat token. You are only going to need 6 to welcome him. Only 6 of those. 50 of the other. I find that a little bit extreme. But yeah, they're going to be an epic rarity. To me, I would have thought even legendary, but I guess it's epic. So Hank staying clear of humans for 2 hours. So same quest as the P. Sherman mask token. Squirt talking to friends for 4 hours. He needs to be level 3 and have Crush's coaster out. Dory looking for shells again. Crush enjoying the sights for 6 hours. He needs to be a level 5, plus the submarine voyage needs to be in your kingdom. So Crush does need to be at least a 5, guys. So get to work. Bruce and Nemo can go out together talking about experiences for 6 hours. Now they both need to be a level 2, and you need to have Crush's coaster. So the characters who will conflict basically with Marlin's tokens, in other words, don't level these guys up, are all of the Finding Nemo characters. Now the event storyline, so you guys know, is here. So it goes kind of by week. So you guys can take a look here at this. I don't need to read this out for you guys. You guys can just, again, have a look here on the screen. And basically at week 1, we had to, again, bring in Nemo. We had to bring in Crush. We had to build the seas with Nemo and friends. And then after that was the welcoming Squirt, which takes us into week 2. So we kind of end week 1 with Squirt and start week 2 with him. So we need to welcome Squirt, build Crush's coaster, again, which is 8 hours for that one, and it's going to be 10,000 event currency. So guys, not cheap at all to bring to build that. It's gonna be really tough for sure. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be very interesting. But yeah, anyways, we have to do that. Now I think I had forgot to mention with Marlin, guys, the biggest thing with him is that he is going to be 12,000 event currency. So that is really, really high. And Dory is 11. Yeah. Oh dear. So we have Squirt at 9,000 event currency. We have Dory at 11,000 currency. And then Marlin at 12. Ouch. We're going to need a lot of this currency, guys. Keep collecting. Keep collecting. Then week 3 and 4 is going to be welcoming Dory, building the submarine voyage. Now that is going to be 14,000 event currency. So you guys can start doing the math here of how much this event is going to require in terms of currency. I think that's going to be the hard part. I'm wondering if a currency bundle might be necessary to purchase. I don't know. I think it's too early to tell yet, but I'll have a better idea after week 2. I'll know for sure whether or not I will actually need to purchase one or not. And as I said, welcoming Marlin is going to be expensive as well towards the end, 12,000. So we will definitely be sort of feeling it after purchasing, obviously, the submarine. We'll definitely start to feel it. And on top of that, guys, we have to remember we still have to level up our characters, right? So, yeah. Now, the minimum level, apparently, for the event, we did see Nemo was a level 6. Crush apparently was a 6 as well, but offhand, I seem to remember 5 was pretty good. If you had him only to a 5, I'd say you'd be okay getting him through the event. Marlin a 3, but I think Marlin is totally okay being a 2. Actually, if you even get Marlin, I think you're fine just leaving him as, well, you welcomed him. But I believe it's just for, like, all the dialogue and stuff as well. Dory, she will need to be a level 4 if you want to be able to accomplish everything. But a 3 is acceptable. And Squirt, well, he definitely needs to be a level 4. I would even say a 5 if you can push it. So realistically, I would say Crush and Squirt should definitely almost be the same level. But this is basically, guys, so you can do all of the quests, right? Now, Hank, in terms of Hank, well, I mean, there isn't any information on that, but we know that he definitely needs to be a level 2. If you can get him to a 3, then obviously that's great. Bruce will need to be most likely a 3 as well, if you guys purchase them. If not, then don't worry about, obviously, Hank and Bruce, but otherwise, you know, you will have to start thinking about that. So hopefully you have found this information helpful, guys. Like, I do realize it is a lot to take in. To be honest, like, I'm definitely going to be going through all of the notes quite a few times, and I will probably be doing a live stream and we'll be able to talk about things a little bit more. If you guys have any questions, if I left anything out, then obviously you guys can throw that in. But all of the quests were there for all the weeks. Now again, these are leaks, so it is possible that there might be a couple of errors in there, but usually these leaks are pretty solid, and they do look accurate to me. Like, they make sense in terms of, like, previous events and stuff and character levels. I'm like, oh yeah, no, like, that totally works, because that's usually, you know, again, how you have to do things and all that. So I when I'm looking at it realistically, like, there's a lot of quests there that look exactly as they should, and I have checked with the game as well. Like, if you look in the game, you can see a lot of the quest names that are there. You may not be able to click them yet because obviously things aren't available to us yet, but you do already see the quest names, so you will have a good idea if there's any sort of change or anything in there. But generally this gives you a pretty solid idea of what you guys are up against. So hopefully, again, you have found this helpful. If you guys did, make sure you guys give this video a big Mickey thumbs up. And if you do want to talk about it more in a live stream, I'm more than happy to do that. But just let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do that and kind of go through it maybe in a bit more detail. I'm usually pretty detailed when I do stuff. I mean, this video is like probably going to be about 45 minutes, I guess. So I mean, there is already a lot of information there, but if there's anything that changes or any of that, then I will obviously keep you guys posted on that. So thanks, guys, for watching, and I will see you guys for the next video. Bye!